to figure out Danish Counter-Strike. I'm not sure which it is, but I appreciate it nonetheless, Richard. Yes, we are going to head into this one. Obviously, you have to be on the French side.
I'm the one who's suffering here, Anders. I mean, you're backing Astralis, Danish team, obviously Danish Hope, and you've put all of your horses behind them, but I've got back-to-back French games here. One of them where G2 could potentially be going out of the tournament. Happened at Cologne. They went out in the group stages. Not again.
You know what? I will say this, Summer. I think we can find some synergy, actually, between the French and the Danish team, because both of them have a tremendous amount of talent, and they don't seem to be doing really anything with it. Now, that could change this major, but up until this point, it's been just a bit touch and go. Now, it's going to be into the game here. It's on Overpass. It is day 4 of the group stage, so this is where everything gets decided, and a great start for Config. Going to be taking down Shox, who is a massive pistol player for G2, so that's a very fine start. And I think he spotted more people than just Shox, so they should know that there's a big push coming in, especially now. Even if Config goes down, this is a great trade for North. They're going to take this every day of the week. Config picking up one more kill, and he's down the ladder. He goes up again. Why are you doing that? He's going to be dropped by Scream, but still... great play. Two-man
advantage right now, and this is a nightmare. All of the time that it's going to cost G2 to get over here towards this bomb site to get the defuse in with no kit, it's almost sealed up already. North, all they have to do is sit here and hold angles, and MSL, he's even going to commit the Molotov right into Monster. That blocks off 2 players, and that's it. MSL, he's the man making it happen right now for North. This is an impossible situation now for G2.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, what are you supposed to do after this? 2 versus 4. Rubino will pick up a kill on Cajun next, and the North team erupting from round 1. That's how you know they're fired up.
I love watching Vegas. Like, we got to get him again, because he just, like, pumped his... He was just like, "Gah!" Like, they'd already won the major, right? I was like, okay.
I have to... So I'm sure we can get that on camera at one point. I'm not sure he's realizing he's doing that. I feel like that's just a sort of, a tick of his. He just does it with his arms up in the air.
What I'm concerned about, though, Anders, I mean, you brought this up yesterday, right? When we watched G2, when we casted G2, where you put a lot of attention on Shoxy. And
yeah,
coming into this match, it does feel like, again, Shoxy is going to be feeling like he's the one who needs to force things. The fact that he was up top mid alone, he's trying to go for those confidence plays where he's just going to take headshots, win duels, and carry his team. And we've seen that actually hurt his play more than help in the past when he gets into that mindset where it's like, I'm the hero and I have to do everything.
Yeah, and I could be biased. I do have a soft spot for Shoxy, not just because of the bedroom eyes and the hair and the French accent and all the rest of it, but just that he's just a really likable character, and I still maintain I think he's one of the best players in the world at this game. But yeah, that's at playing the game and being a superstar. He's not the best player at doing in-game leading and doing the other role too. Like, both at the same time don't seem to always work out for him, so definitely a tough position that he's in. Not as tough as Smith's, though, if this push comes through.
This is over. Smith's nearly gets it. 15 HP left on MSL. That was definitely a little bit sloppy there from MSL.
Yeah. The longest spray of his life.
But now you see the rotation coming through here. G2 had gambled that this was going to be a B hit. Instead, now they have to rotate up to A. Bomb is already getting planted. Default, Magisk and Rubino holding mid. Everything is in place now for North to just lock down this bomb site. This is one of those rounds where you really want to see G2 just back off and just save the gear. You go down to B site. You don't have a kit.
I absolutely agree. I don't mind if they look for exits, but, another 10 seconds, just back up and run. Because all these guns and all the armor is going to be super valuable next round, so I have no idea why they're pushing this. This seems... Yeah, alright, finally they let go. I thought they were actually going to commit to it.
Yeah, this is the correct play. They even managed to get the UMP. Okay, fair enough. So they get MSL's UMP. They'll be able to hold on to that for the next round. This is the best case scenario here for G2.
Yeah, now we actually have to applaud them because they got sort of the maximum you could out of this round. So those might seem like really small margins. So what, they have a UMP and they save some armor, but it really makes a big difference. I think they've set themselves up for potentially an upset round in the next one. And they played it sort of to the limit. They actually ran all the way into the bomb site to try and see if they could find more kills and steal the UMP. So, nicely done. And North up 2-0. Still very early on, so don't want to really make too many comments about what might happen later on here. I think the other thing that we're going to have to look at here is, the economy for G2, because they're going to need that AWP at some point. They're going to need to have the money to really put down a proper defense, especially on Overpass. So hard when you don't have the grenades.
Well, this is where you just say if you want to get Body, and Body, he had a fantastic game yesterday. And actually, you have to give it to Body. Last 2 days, really. He's been one of the guys who's been stepping up for G2. You're expecting Shoxy to lead the way. You're expecting Scream. In fact, it's been Body a lot of the time getting double kills, triple kills, trying to keep G2 in the fight, right? And so it's good to see that he has that UMP because he's been hitting his shots for the past 2 days.
Go so far as to say that Body's been working overtime?
Boom! Thorin is so pissed that you just took his joke.
Well, it's essentially a shout-out just to Thorin. He's the only one who's going to get it, but fair enough. The rest of the broadcast, we're going to
do it in his voice, you know?
I'm not going to try and do that.
Body's working overtime.
Oh, God. We are setting up for a Molotov with Cajun over at long, and MSL going to catch Smith, this time in a much better exchange for the Danish captain, and now they're going to make the rotation again. They sort of misjudge where the push is going to come from, but it is a calculated risk. Shox! Oh, and look at that! MSL thinking, are there more people down this stairwell? Lots more, MSL, lots more. 3 on 3 now, and this time G2 should go for it. They're going to find the next round anyway. They're going to try for the boost, but Config sees it coming. Wow.
What a sick round. What a sick read from Config. All day, Cajun's going to get the kill on Body easily enough there, and now Config is just making sure that they can't get onto the bomb side, although RPK will win the duel versus Cajun. This is getting very expensive for North, and G2, this is totally different. They want to get North spending as much money as possible in this round, because they're going to be the ones buying regardless of what happens. They'll be buying in the next one, G2. So they decide getting somebody on North to have to force buy in the next round. That's good enough. We can back off and save the Kevlar. Yes. That means that 2 players will actually have full nades here for G2 no matter what. That's excellent here.
They can even save the UMP, I wouldn't mind that. Not the MAC-10, I hope they don't save the MAC-10 into the next round, but the UMP I wouldn't mind if someone held on to that one. And yeah, saving the Kevlar and everything else means they're going to have much better equipment, many more grenades to work with. So 3-0 right now. We're moving into the 4th round. Cajun B with the AWP. They're not going to have one on G2 just yet. Too big of a risk. But yeah, this is not half bad. I mean, G2 have played the first couple of rounds reasonably, in the sense that there's a pretty good chance that if they win this round, they'll be bouncing right back in the game.
They really are playing some decent CS here after losing the... What?
Oh, what?
How? That looked like it was a money shot.
Yeah, I bet if we look at it from a side, it was actually further away than it seemed. But from that angle, it looked like it was about to hit Cajun right in the forehead.
This isn't football. Sorry, soccer. But
look, this is the problem with those 2 words. Is no matter what you say, you're gonna piss someone off, aren't you?
Exactly. It's actually a no-win situation. So, YOLO. It is football. Thank you very much. Cajun B. He dodges the header. We did have a little bit of an answer situation there over by Connector, it looked like, but...
Are they shooting at each other?
Yeah, I think so. I think they were definitely a little bit too wired tight there.
Calm down, everyone.
Rubino, calm down. Take a deep breath. Do not, basically don't treat your teammates like Gambit treat Hobbit.
That's the lesson that we learned yesterday. Didn't work out for Gambit. Okay, well, so initially G2 sort of tried to take some control of restrooms, then they fell back. Now North are here, but actually G2 are moving back in again. Shox with the UMP first in line, Scream in the corner. This is a sort of a mind game that we've seen a lot, because normally you wouldn't expect for there to be a second player that far off. So Shox, if he can just get a single kill, but he can't, the flash is in, and Meg is going to open up now. Scream in the corner, and they're checking it as well, and that's a big problem. Meg is following up with another kill. Now going down next, Smith, he had nothing they could do from that corner. He couldn't get out, and he couldn't easily find the kill either. So Body and RPK, time to save these rifles.
Again, what a fantastically horrible bait from Scream as well. I mean, just hung Shoxy out to dry and then didn't do anything afterwards. That's real painful if you're... I mean, it's one of those situations where it's like, okay, if Scream sprays 2, then it was worth baiting Shoxy, but he gets nothing. And so... What are you supposed to do if you're G2 at that point? 2-man advantage for North, and they go careening onto the A site. So... Yet another A hit here for North. They're really making it difficult here for G2 to start getting a grasp on where MSL wants to take the offense on this first half. It's going to be a 4-0 lead for North on T side.
Yeah, really, really interesting and really unfortunate for G2, especially because they've done such a good job with saving the armor and they got all the equipment and everything. So it's a bit of a shame now. Here's what I think should have happened on this defense, right? If Shox is here and Scream is back here, but Smith is up in the bomb site, as soon as Shox goes down, I want Scream to for a flash, Smith to for a flashbang out, and then Scream can go and fight them. But obviously that wasn't what happened. Instead, Scream was just trapped in the corner and they were already shooting through the smoke. So there was some miscommunication or something that wasn't working out too well in that particular defense, and that's obviously a bit of a shame. Hopefully we can have an improvement pretty early on. But now look at what they're doing, G2. What is the madness coming from, Semler? It's a straight AWP being bought by Shox, no armor or anything.
That's what I mean. Shox might be inclined to feel like he needs to be the hero and just take over. We've seen hero ops work in the past, and if anybody's capable of making it work, it's going to be Shoxy, but still, this is a big risk here from G2. A lot of money going into this round for them. But between that combo, between Shoxy and Body still saving his M4 from the last round, RPK and Scream have also invested. Scream has like helmet Kevlar, but he has a USP.
At least Shoxy's being a hero in the right place. They've gone A all the time, and he knows they're going to come long. The rest are stacked at B. Shoxy picking up a kill on MSL. Such a great start. Now, North should really be thinking, this is a bit weird.
Yeah, what the hell is
How
this?
does he have the AWP, and how do we deal with that? And they're playing right into a G2-1. They're saying, okay, we'll rotate away from the AWP into the stacked bomb site.
Yep, this could be perfect. Smith's holding close with the CZ-75 as well.
Oh, but why is Body leaving? He's the one with the rifle.
No, Smith, this is it. Smith, oh, he's not going to get the shot. RPK's going to trade, though. Well played here from RPK, but Aegis is there with the free fire, going to gun him down. Still a 3-on-3, and this is still a winnable situation for G2 if they can just pick up one more kill. But Scream, again, he only has a USP.
All on shots, 1 versus 2, goes for the flick, he misses it, tries for the pistol, but with no armor, he's gonna get shot down, and North will win the round regardless. 5-0 here for the Danish side. But I guess it's sort of a calculated risk, because G2 can buy into this round, and they should, even if Shox is not gonna have the most impressive equipment. That very nearly worked. I think if Body had stayed on the B bomb side with the rest of the crew, he was the only one with the rifle, this would have probably been a win for them. Look at the arms again.
It is just like reflex at this point.
Somebody who's very skilled with Photoshop and sort of making animations, can someone do one where he does the arms and then just flies off the stage, you know, my people need me type thing, you know? Yeah, to the stars, that's, well, the wrong team, but still.
Wrong team here.
It's not a bad idea anyway. I think someone could do that.
Guess if you want to go compass points right to the north.
All the way up. Just fly up. Give him a Superman cape on and let him exit the stage.
But then that contradicts what the message is, right? Because they're trying to tell us that the north is here, Anders. So I don't know what to think anymore.
Good point.
I don't know.
Yeah, it is a confusing statement because it's obviously not, you know. Now
we are very much in the south here right now.
Further west as well. Maybe they just bring it with them. We'll have to ask them in an interview exactly what the message is that's being driven home here. Shox falling back as they wallbang his previous position, so gotta be careful about that one. Config, as he's prone to doing, running through smoke and headshotting Scream right away. Smith's gonna get a kill on one, he has to get the second, no scope, takes down MSL and now going for a third fight. He knows Cajun's down there somewhere. Smith, is he gonna be the hero of the round? He gets taken down by Cajun B. I think he probably did have to take that fight, because if he waits forever, he can't be quite sure if someone's gonna eventually sneak up behind him and maybe drop Shox as well. So 3-on-3 now, but a big round for Smith here.
Yeah, that's Smith's questionable, but still, it ends up working. Body is going to be able to bring it back to G2's way. They get a man advantage, and Shoxy's perfectly timing the flash. He's going to be able to catch out Cajun for free, and now he can upgrade to an AWP if he wants it. Megas is on his heels. He knows now as well, Shoxy. The flash turns away the duel, and he's not going to get the kill, but instead, it's RPK showing up to the rescue.
Yeah, but only 15 seconds, Megas. You can't play this game. You're going to have to go for the run here. 10 seconds. No waiting. He goes for the spray, hits the shot, and Body's rotating in as well. I don't think he can have it. He doesn't have the time for it. This is not going to be a one round. It's a nice attempt, but ultimately, Body will win the round by staying alive, and I guess we have to give some credit to Smith, especially that second shot. Really critical.
He saves the op as well. And I was about to say, because Smith has had a couple of opportunities now to get kills on the board, I'm glad that it is in this high-impact round that they finally have an op he's able to deliver. Same kind of flashy plays that we saw from him yesterday on Train.
Now, you see the flash that actually hits Smith is the one that comes in from Cajun B, but it doesn't full flash Smith. Imagine if it did, then he would get the first kill, yes, but then he'd be completely destroyed. So that was really, really good timing there. 5-1, and we're moving into the 7th round.
And now is the time where perhaps North want to change it up and start going towards that B site. They've basically gone A, like, well, they've gone B once more as well, but that was after opening up and running at the Shox on long. So I think the plan was to go A until G2 started to adjust and figure things out. And now they want to try and test this B defense. It looks like 4 players gathered up here for North. And so
that's a smoke that goes really far in. Yeah, it looks like they actually want to push through. Oh my god, they're all on the other side. It's going to be a complete massacre, isn't it? They line up for Aegiscan, the easiest double kill of his life, and they don't have to do anything, North. I mean, they could try and run into B, but they don't have to.
That's inspired play. We'll put it that way, Anders. It's inspired.
Here's the problem with that. Obviously, it could be the case, as it quite often there's only one person holding down in that area.
Yes.
But I would still say that when the smoke goes that far in, anyone who's looking at it will think, wait a minute, that smoke is so advanced that it doesn't make sense. You know, someone's going to almost have to push up behind it.
And the idea could be that the smoke covers the flash, but then there's going to be a dink right where the flash hits the ground. Any veteran pro player is going to turn away in time from that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was...
I think that whole play revolves around the idea that there's just going to be one person there, and there wasn't. So that's pretty much the end. Scream. Good headshot on one. Can we get more? No. Config going to be able to take him down. And Smith's again in this format. I'm not a big fan of this corner shot. Walking behind him. Could have got a second kill, maybe Smith. Now they line up for him. He's going to get the double kill. Now Cajun coming around the corner, but he shuts him down. That would have been the big opening. Cajun saving the round. Smith's getting a double kill, but I have to insist. That corner is so hard to play. There's every chance you're going to get either Molotov or just checked really quickly.
Pre-fired.
Yeah, it's so easy to do.
It's one of the go-to spots. I think Shoxy is definitely going to be hating himself because he doesn't win that second duel. Because he gets the first one, but he's shooting the guy in the back. That's fair enough. The other one, when he turns around, I think Shoxy needs to win that duel. And in his mind, he knows it as well. He had the capability there to just save Smiths outright. Instead, it's going to be North bouncing right back into the lead here. 6-1. And a pistol round here for G2. So it looks like now that North, you know, they really are starting to drift back towards B. Early in the half, they wanted to hit that A site. Now it's towards B. Config gonna just run right over. And RBK, 3 kills for RBK with the P250. Cajun B and Rubino left alone. Rubino will bring one back, but this isn't good enough.
No, it's definitely not. G2 need to slow down. They were just in a 5 versus 2 now. It's a 3 versus 2, so everyone calm down. They've got the bomb as well, so they don't actually need to fight at all. Grenade not doing anything here for Cajun B. They can steal this round, G2. They need it. They desperately need it. They are supposed to get the majority of the rounds on the CT side. And right now, that's not happening. Molotov also with a really good timing, but they've got them boxed in. There's no reason they should do anything other than just sit and wait.
And that was their last grenade as well. So now they have nothing here to hold back North. And if Body stays there, this is real tricky because Cajun B knows to check that angle now. That will open it up, however. If basically Scream is going to be the first point of contact, all Body needs to do is hang around on the right and bait a player from North out into the open for Scream to take the pick, and Body goes for the peek, and that costs them. That's it. The round, however, is not over yet. Smith is still alive with the CZ-75. He's going to catch Cajun looking the wrong way.
And now Rubino very low on health. In Mac 10 versus the unarmored Smiths. Rubino picks up the bomb. 24 seconds here, Smiths. This would be great. He's already had some pretty good rounds in this game, but look at it. Great play here from the Norwegian. Going to run all the way into the A-bomb side instead. And Smiths, he hears it, and he's going to be there to greet him maybe. Bomb is out in the open. Smith's going to be charging in with the CZ-75. Has Rubino realized yet? I'm not sure that he has.
So many angles, however, for Smiths to clear on this. It is limited to CT stairs, but now the further this ticks, he has to start worrying about bank. Exactly, Smith is going to have to go and check that. That's going to waste even more time. And Rubino, he's only got 29 HP. He's definitely at risk of getting bursted down by the CZ-75, but spots him just in time, and he's actually going to take a run.
Yeah, he doesn't have a kit, Smith, so what could he really do? He taps the bomb once, but that's only going to make sure that Rubino, well, comes back for the kill, but even then he wouldn't have time for the defuse, so triple kill here for Rubino, saving North, and honestly, I'm glad we're not seeing a shot of Shox's face after that round, because I can't handle it any longer. This is a round that you win, and this is the round that you love.
There it is. There it is.
You can see the pain in his eyes, and I'm just not enjoying it.
Well, that's where you have to wonder, are they calming on G2? Is it nerves? Because it felt like there was a method there to the setup that they had covering that bomb, where Scream was the line, Body was the bait, and Scream was the line, and then Body peaks anyways. And you're just like, hey, so are you not communicating? Are you not aware of like where your teammates are? What's going on there?
Right, so I would say that is the sign of an internal struggle on the team. Nice flashbang from Smiths. He seems to be slightly impervious to whatever meltdown is happening on G2, and he's just sort of doing his job and the best that he can right now, which is good news, I think, for the team. They just need everyone else to follow up. Smiths is in the lead right now with 6-1 and 8 as a scoreline. Then it's RPK and Shox. It's not that Body and Scream really that far behind, but some of these rounds they should have won. They were so close.
But where is Scream? It's the exact same thing that we saw on Train yesterday from Scream. Just absent. Completely absent. And that's they need him because when G2, back in June, a long time ago, yes, but back when they were a real threat to the top tier, it was Scream and Shox, and Scream leading the way most of the time. Now, in this tournament right now, we just haven't seen that level from Scream whatsoever. He's been completely absent. Nice shot from Body, though. Gets the headshot on Rubino. Two-man advantage now for G2, but this is a hard eco. Whoa. Instantly.
All right, Config and MSL to close it out. Apart from this round, well, actually, this round was down to a 1-on-2. The 3 rounds before that were a 1-on-1, and then it was another 1-on-2. The last 5 rounds have been down to either a 1-on-1 or a 1-on-2. Just how ridiculous is that? And G2 have lost all of those rounds. Well, they've won the one where it's one of the 6th round, but apart from that, they've lost 4 out of the 5 clutches that have been.
Yeah.
It's insane.
And they didn't necessarily win. They won that round because of the clock.
Yeah, they did. And here's the other thing. I mean, so it's one thing to be this far behind, but when you keep losing all these clutches, it's nearly impossible to keep up the hope that it's going to change. You know, that I think the meltdown is in full effect here for the French side.
Shox, Scream, and Smiths are currently occupying restrooms for G2. Smiths tried to make something early happen there and connected, but instead it's time to go back towards Long, where there was, at the beginning of the half, quite a presence for North. They were constantly taking over Long, constantly taking over mid restrooms. Now it's a little bit more delayed from the Danes. Minute 15 left on the clock, and just now they start to take over mid, and it's going to be moving towards restrooms, where Scream is currently occupying the halls. It's busy. Sorry, come back in a minute.
I'm not sure if that works. And even if it did, wouldn't it be in French? Would they even understand on the Danish side? I doubt it. Shox and Scream. Helping out when you can, Samler. Shox doing his best follow-up headshot. Great on MSL. He's going to go for a 3rd one. Does spot out Cajun. Be a nice jump, but Rubino takes a kill, and now Cajun going to be going down. Shox now on the triple kill. 4 versus 2.
That's art.
1 versus 4. It's surely got to be a win, Samler. I say it with confidence in G2. Well, got this round.
Scream did something there. He gave Shoxy the info that there was a man at top restrooms. He died, but at least Shoxy knew where the other guy was. So he had all the information. He had the full picture there, Shoxy. And if a player like Shoxy has that kind of situation, he's obviously going to take advantage of it. He's going to be able to take control.
You're saying that Scream is just functioning as a decoy at this point.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What a shot from Config, though.
I don't even know that. I can't even... It just looked like it was the random recoil. What just happened? This is the good stuff here, especially that follow-up kill. A bit risky to take the jump against Cajun the first time, but it works out just fine, so a nice triple for him. Give a 2nd round to the French team. If they win the next 5 here, if they can make it 8-7, then I'm still curious about this game, but if they lose now, especially now that their money is low and been reset, I think they're going to get swept off the map, frankly.
Yes, they have, but this is the best, basically the best chance that they're going to get, because they finally succeeded in breaking North's economy. And so now it's a question of, A, stopping North from getting bomb plants and maintaining their eco low so that they're constantly having to go back to these Tech 9 rounds in between rifle rounds. So we'll see. It's entirely possible here for G2. Very aggressive play coming in here from North, though, straight into restroom. Scream under fire already. Bursted down to half HP. But they don't fully commit to this North. They're still kind of rotating around, so this is making life a little bit more difficult here for G2. And RPK, he's going to be like, can somebody please come and back me up here on B? And it looks like Shoxy is there already in position from high.
Yeah.
No, he's rotating, sorry.
Yeah, but he was. I would say I'm glad that he's rotating, because that position can so easily get smoked out. Now, they only have 1 smoke on MSL, but still, it's not fun to be up there and then the smoke goes down and you lose the bomb site. Down to 53 seconds right now. And they're just sort of hanging out in T-spawn practically with the bomb, so I think they're thinking that G2 must have pushed somewhere on the map, so now they're checking every corner, trying to figure out exactly what's going on. In fact, G2 are just happy to wait. Now down to 35 seconds. This is a bit too much time off the clock, I feel like, especially when you just have the Tech 9s. You can't expect to just win the fight immediately. You might have to spend some time before you get the bomb down. Now they should be able to hear them outside. 25 seconds. Shox is there with the AWP. He's got the scope and not the bomb carrier that he drops, but he gets Rubino as well. So this is all good news for Shoxy. Body even picking up a kill, and RPK will go down, but this should be an easy retake. It
should be an easy retake. I'm still thinking, though, that this is a bit painful for G2 because at all costs they want to stop that bomb plant from happening to really maintain the pressure on North and their economy. This is still a situation where they're going to be able to win it fairly easily, no problem at all, with the double op and the high ground advantage there. Shoxy especially not missing any shots, but that we expect from him. But you can look at it in the game of margins, right? That G2 lost the round because they allowed for North to get that bomb plant, and so now North, they're going to have a pretty decent buy going into the next round. Whereas had they not, it might have been even a half buy situation for North. If they didn't get that bomb plant down, 4 of their players would have been in a real awkward spot, like $3,500.
Let's see. 8-3. They can win this next round, they'll be treated to sort of a free round again, so there is a path back into this game for the French side. It seemed so hopeless, obviously, in the beginning, but this can actually work out for them. They just need to rally with the team morale, you know, try and get a good speech going.
Shox is known for his Friday Night Light speech. He can definitely deliver.
And now would be that time. Speaking of which, we haven't seen them going for any kind of tactical timeout yet, which is, I think, a sign of trouble. And oh no, further disaster as Shox goes down to Cajun B.
I love MSL, how quickly he changes up his position as well. Just instantly there to back up Cajun in case Cajun gets rushed, right? MSL's there to get the rifle into play as well, back up his opper. Sick, just on the fly decision making there from MSL, changing up the structure of the hold outside of Monster.
And MSL has got something riding on this tournament as well. I mean, apart from North in general needing to do well in this tournament, you know, MSL did that interview saying there are no more excuses. That's a bold line from someone who's been
what I love what I love about this team now is that when the players will have time, they have access to so many resources now. They have access to everything that the football players from FC Copenhagen have.
Yeah.
That's sick. Like physical therapists, sports psychologists, everything, nutritionists, like they have everything. So what is this Scream? Okay, then he's woken up. 2 kills for him, and Smiths will get overrun, but it's still a 2-on-2. Scream made the difference in this round.
Could almost guarantee you that would have been a 3rd kill if he had just had the bullets, but he ran out in that M4A1. It's only 20 bullets instead of 30, obviously. That's a big problem. Body and RPK now going to have to go for the retake. They can't, there's no saving the rifles in a round like this. And RPK, great opening. Now Cajun, because of the bomb plant position, he's going to rotate all the way back here with the AWP. And they do have a Molotov, so this could really work against him if they put it down right. He's got the long angle. He gets a shot. His body's jumping behind the container. And the follow-up as well. Cajun wrecking them. Triple kill here on the Danish sniper, and that will be 12 kills overall for Cajun, 13 on config. But that's, again, I say it again, another 1 versus 2. G2, oh no, please don't show Shoxy. Can we get the camera on anybody but him? It's physically painful to watch him.
Man, it's so fascinating to watch Cajun as well. This is, like, there is such a depth to the roster for North. And I think we finally have the first tactical pause coming in here from G2. So they're finally willing to tap out and actually say, we need to slow things down a little bit. Actually, what? No, it's a North timeout.
Just letting them stew.
Are you kidding me, MSL? Like, that is
cruel and unusual punishment,
it's like,
right?
let them stew. Let them stew. Basically, you know, it's like that scene in Private Ryan, right? You know, when they're rushing the bunkers, and the Germans come flying out of the bunkers. They're on fire, and you got the American turns around, let them burn. MSL right now, he's just like, G2 are on fire, running around, screaming in agony. MSL's like, no mercy.
Listen, Semler, it's only 11 in the morning. It's too early for that mental
image. Where my mind goes, man. Hey, this is painful.
I worry
G2 are getting bodied right now, and I don't mean the player.
Well, they're getting him too. It's a double AWP out of nowhere. I mean, sometimes we call this the sort of the hero. I would call this the desperation orb coming out from both players. This is full on panic.
This is anything goes.
It's actually a term in Danish Counter-Strike that people use when they pug and play each other in mixed teams. They call it the tilt orb. So. You know, it's
really?
And Cajun is well known for doing it, but obviously he's not tilting right now. He's winning 9-3 right now. 9-3 is the scoreline, and they seem to be walking into a B bomb site that has nobody there except for Body.
This is going to be just a little awkward for Body. He does have the op though. Can he hit the same shots that Shoxy just hit in the round previous though, where he can just manage to pick them off as they come through short? Nope, never mind. Forget about it. Forget about everything I just said.
That's such a shame. Config goes down. So does Magisk, actually. Good shot from RPK. Seems to be really proficient with the pistols. Just, you know, less with everything else. Scream goes down to Cajun, and now Shox and RPK are left. Oh, there was a different scenario that could have played out there, but never did. We'll never see that alternate timeline So, because Config is checking the A bomb site, if he gets all the way in there before Body goes down, there is at least a chance that he would have called out to his teammates and said, hey, there's no one in A. Now, if they rotate from A to B, they're going to run into every member of G2 that was in the connector. But because Body goes down first, they obviously don't care anymore. Then it doesn't matter what Config does. But the timing, the missed timing between those two events sort of meant that the round was lost pretty early on. That's such a shame. It would have been fun to see Config making the call first and saying, hey, A's clear, guys. Let's just come here. Because then they would have thought it was a B stack, probably. It was a connector stack.
It's just timing. CS, sometimes that's the way it goes. Right now, though, I mean, what is Shoxy going to be able to say to rally the troops at this point? Because it's 10-3, double digits for North. T-side overpass.
But I'm seriously wondering.
They look lost.
I'm wondering if I can make it onto the stage and hug him during the halftime. Just
back to back. I mean, with like the caliber of player that Shoxy is, going out back to back in the majors in the groups. Never would I expect to say that about a player like Shoxy. He's too much of a monster.
Oh, standing in the fire and getting shot in the face by Config. Rubino gonna go in the full spray, gets a quick double kill, but runs out of bullets eventually. Magisk will be there to pick it up. No, you're absolutely right. Shock's career in this sense has just been, I mean, really upsetting because I don't think there's any doubt as to how good a player he is, but it seems to be sort of a recurring theme in the French scene. You know, how do you find the chemistry between the right 5 players? And even when it has been epic, when Envy were at the absolute top and they were really sort of just trucking everybody.
Well, they won their major, their second major, right?
How long did it last for? You know, that honeymoon period was also over fairly quick. You know, they didn't sort of go for the.
Well, they had a
Fnatic
good
or
long
NFT
window, Envy, right, where they did Cologne, and where they got the finals in Cologne,
yeah,
and then they won in Cluj, right?
Yeah.
So they did have like a good run of shape for 2 majors, right, last year, or that was a couple years ago now. But this entire last year, yeah, you're right. Like this entire last year for Envy has just been a complete and utter disaster. Just nothing working for them.
Yeah, and it's odd because I mean, really no one can argue that the talent isn't there in the French scene. It just seems like the personality fit, that puzzle, is not working out always. Like even if you, and obviously now the rumor is that they're going to try again. I really hope that if and when it happens, that it'll be with Shocks finally in a position to actually unfold.
And in case you're wondering, Envy, they're coming up next, and they're playing against Fnatic. The winner of that match will go on and become a legendary team, a Legends team. They will be playing in the playoffs.
Yeah. Down to the 15th round here. Last of the half. Rubino is somehow pushed up way further than the rest of his team. He's actually in a position where if they wait for another 20 seconds, who knows if RPK or someone would go and check that, and he almost takes out Shox. That's very close. MSL caught with a grenade in hand. That could have been the end of him.
So scary, but he does manage to dash back to safety. 50 HP left on him, 5 on Shoxy, and Rubino will eventually catch out Shoxy. That Scream so exposed. He's still playing connector. Rubino is still here, but there's the flash, and RPK will be able to pick up the kill on Rubino. So some methodical play coming out here from G2. The only issue is Long is wide open, and this is going to allow for North to walk out onto the A site. Smith's nothing he can do about this. Those smokes going down. Misses the shot. MSL still alive, and Smith's doing the best that he can to hang in there, but MSL will eventually find the angle to get the headshot. And we're into a 3-on-3 retake now for G2. This time, however, at least there's a kit on body.
This is an absolute catastrophe, but at least they get the 2 kills there. Now it's Cajun. He stole this away from them once in a 1-on-2. Can he do it again? The jump out there. Oh, the flick. If he had hit that, it would have been miraculous. He's going to go for it again. Not connecting now. The Tech-9's out again. They're going to have to cancel the defuse, but they will get the kill him eventually. They pick up the kit, and actually enough time to save the round. So 11-4 in favor of North, and what a big advantage it is here. And this is in spite of Shox being the top fragger in the server. He's got 16 kills. He just doesn't have enough backup from the rest of the field right now.
He's got 10 more than the other player on this team that is supposed to be the star, making the difference.
And that means we're going to head into the second half right away. But before we do it, do go and download Team Stream, the free app from Bleacher Report, and follow the Esports stream for all the latest ELEAGUE and Esports news. You see it right there on your screen. It works for, obviously, all the different platforms. You should definitely check it out. And if you've lost some of the, track of some of the scores and all of that during the group stage here, definitely keep up with it, because it's been a wild ride.
Today is going to be like, good luck to Moses and Thorin with their predictions, because today is going to be a bloodbath. It's going to be there are so many close matchups that could go either way. It's going to be coming down to the finest of margins here, and every game today pretty much, every game today is deciding if you're going home or if you're going on to the Fox Theater this weekend to play in the playoffs.
Look at that. They're losing 11-4, and he's got 109 AD 16 kills. But I feel like this is the problem, right? Shox can turn this knob, and then he goes really good on the kill front, right? But then the rest of the team falls apart, and they make silly mistakes and don't win any clutches or anything,
That's where I'm always concerned about it. We have the schedule now, but I'm always concerned about Shoxy going into this mode, just because it feels like he just sacrifices the in-game lead kind of situation at that point, getting his team together, where he's just like, I'm going to do it all, and then and then he's not there to actually do his job as in-game leader, which is Scream, what's going on? Why do you have 6 kills? What do we need to do to get you into the fight, right? Like, that's what needs to actually be happening here for the team to win.
But there's no happy medium, is there? There's no happy medium where Shox is getting, slightly fewer kills, but then the in-game leading still works. It just feels like, it's just not good enough. He has 6 and 12 on Scream. Man, they're going to have to make a miraculous comeback. The one thing I will say is that actually a lot of the troubles that North have had in this tournament, and even going into the tournament, have come from the CT side. And one of the reasons is that Config goes missing a lot on CT side on any map. So we'll see. I think the rest are still sort of fairly good. The Config is just such a big player for this team that it's a bit of a shame that he has some issues there. And I would say in general, I'm not very confident in North's CT sides.
All right, we're getting back into it, guys. In case you're wondering why there was such a pause, at halftime, the teams are allowed up to 5 minutes before they go into the second half. So if you have a lot to discuss, you've got a nice long break at the half. And so it looks like, to me, it was North who were taking full advantage of that. Rugga, their coach, their manager, was sitting behind them, having a long discussion with MSL there. So it seems like North trying to narrow down the options here, figure out what G2 are going to go for in this pistol. And it just looked like a straight-up YOLO B here from G2.
Yep. Tiny bit of utility for them, really not that much. Config is spotting outside and saying, all is clear, there's no one here, it's all good. And in just a second, he's going to find out that's not quite true. RPK sneaking in, he's going to clothesline Config, flash this well, and he goes down. Body with the opening, a headshot on MSL. This is a great start for the French. Now they need to keep going. They have to win this pistol, and then maybe they could build something. RPK, who's been terrific with pistols in this game so far, now it's a 5-on-3.
And Ken Magis actually be able to win this duel. He needs his teammates, exactly. He needs Cajun to rotate in and draw some attention away so that he can maybe get that shot on body. Instead, now he's stuck having to rotate, walking right into the pincers. RPK, yet another kill for him. That's 2. And it's going to be Body getting 1, or rather 2 of his own at the end of that round. So this is just unhappy circumstances there for North, really. I think that they just have to shake off that round, because you see at the beginning Config, he's got the line on them. He's just barely off on his shots. Same thing for MSL. A guy takes a step to the right, MSL gets a headshot. We're looking at a totally different picture, right? So, I mean, just 2 situations there where the headshots didn't happen for North, and the round is just a wash.
Yeah, there was something clever by G2. So, if you notice, RPK was all the way on at sort of the end of the monster tunnel before he started running, right? So he got really far in before Config realized, oh, damn, they're right around the corner. And if he had spotted them earlier, it probably would have been different. But, yeah, I would say that was smart play from G2.
Both of the teams have their pistols, their T-side pistols.
If we actually go to a bird's eye view of Reno, you can sort of tell what the strategy is down here at B. He's setting up for a flashbang, and the rest of the team is there. Now, I mean, obviously it's not going to work because they're going A, but that's a smart idea. I like it anyway.
Actually, we have the exact same strategies coming out from both teams.
Yeah.
North started off their pistol, going B, running into it, just overwhelming the defense, and then straight off the long in the second round from North, looking to take advantage of their rifle. Smith with a nice spray on Magisk. Rubino will find him with the wallbang CZ75 kill. RPK will eventually get overrun, but not before getting 2 kills with the MAC-10, so he's happy about that. And just so long as they can save the AK, this is still a decent situation here for G2.
Yeah, send Body on the run with that MAC-10. Let him find the last 2 players. In fact, it will be Body to pick up one of the kills. That's definitely great news. Cajun been spotted over here as well, doing significant damage to Body. Obviously, if he can take someone with him when the bomb goes up, that would be even better.
Where's the AK?
Oh,
Where's Smith's AK?
gone,
Pick
apparently.
up Smith's AK.
Did it maybe it went somewhere that we didn't see?
Well, he got killed on the other side of the fence, so it should have been right there on the site. How does nobody pick up the AK? That's actually the most important thing that you're looking for at the end of that round. If you're G2, that's $2,700 down the drain.
How next level would it be if one of the North players picked it up and threw it over the edge? Now, if someone had the mental fortitude to do that, that'd be interesting.
That's I mean, again, small details here, but it's really, if you're going to win, it comes down to who makes the fewest mistakes. But G2, there's the change from the pattern. Now it's going to be that B play, and Rubino, he's not in position with the flash. No flash, in fact, and this is just going to be a run and gun kind of round coming in here from G2. They maul North on this B side, run right through them. Very quick round here from G2, decisive. And more importantly, like a feel-good round. You get everybody alive, everybody survives. You just bowl right through North. And so you're doing as much mental damage as you can to North before you go into the 19th round where North will be able to go for the rifles.
It's sort of a shame that they didn't have the flashbang ready this time in the same way, because, that's what you want when you've got that setup.
Yep, you're right.
So 11-7,
Jesus! 3 MAC-10s?
Come on.
You don't have rounds to goof around with right now, G2. Like, North are up at 11.
Are you even trying to get into the groups or the playoffs here? I'm not sure. Config gonna spray them down. That's a quick triple. Pulls out the pistol. Flashbangs are raining in, and he's gonna fall all the way back. Now it's down to the UMP and the Galil. This is complete and utter madness coming out of the G2 team. Quad kill for Config as well, but honestly, they have so much money, so it's absolutely true they can just easily buy into this round, but that isn't the problem.
SMH, Anders. SMH.
I just don't even know what to say.
I mean, I get it sometimes. If you got a but, like the reason why, there's a reasoning why they do this, boys. It's because, and girls, it's because they see, well, we throw this round away, it's fine because we have all the money to go ahead for a full rebuy. So, if we luck out and win the round with the SMGs, that's great. But then when North are now up on 12 rounds, CT side overpack, like, do you take that risk? No, you just give yourself the best chance possible in each round. Go up to the AKs.
If the scores were reversed, maybe I would consider it. I'm not even sure that I would do it, but maybe you would think, all right, we can do this. Let's just throw it around like this, and maybe it will work. That, to me, is just slightly insane, in fact.
Yeah, I never really managed to get behind that buy, and it really is like a French... It's a French buy, Anders, because G2, but it is true, G2 and Envy are really like the teams that like to go for the SMG, the saving SMGs, or even just straight up buying SMGs in the 4th round buy versus rifles, and yeah, it's open for discussion. It's open for discussion, but that always tilts me a little bit.
Look at what's happening here, though. Config could, if he goes down, even with the trade, G2 probably just outright win the round. And this is going to be a really tough position for him to be in. Shox comes in, he shoots right between his legs, and he can't get the follow-up. Once he landed a replay that looked like it was right between him. MSL going to be dropped as well, and G2, for all the criticism that we were just pushing their way, they're definitely going to win this round. I don't see any retake happening here. RPK aware that Rubino might be there, still going to be going down, but it won't help them at all. They're just too far away.
So, this is just straight pug life coming out here from G2, though. Another B-rush, just like, go!
Well, here's the other problem, right? Okay, so you're North and you put 4 men right all the way up by Birthday and the playground over on the A side of the map.
Yeah,
cool. Then you only have 1 guy in B, but how is he holding so far back that he has no information? And he's not even playing retake. You can't even use that because he's actually on the bomb side. He's just blind on the bomb side.
My gripe is just where he was holding from, because you had him holding right here, right? And so he's stuck. If he misses that shot onto Shoxy, right? Because Shoxy pushes out onto short. If he misses that shot versus Shoxy, he's in no man's land. So he's playing an off angle, sure, but you have to hit that shot versus Shoxy, because then he has no way to get behind the wall before Shoxy sprays him down with the AK. So if he's playing a situation, right, where he's holding here instead, where it's just like, take the shot, oh, back off, I missed it, back off, wait for the cavalry to arrive, it's a different situation for North.
Yeah, and if he had done that, you could also, at least you could sort of make the excuse and say, well, they were playing for the retakes or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, he was committed to defending the bomb side, and without any information about how many people were coming and when they were coming, so that was definitely sketchy. That makes it 12-8, and now we have a game in our hands again. Now it's really interesting.
Absolutely.
North have no money at all. G2 have a lot of money, even after buying the extra WP, or did they steal it? I'm not sure. But regardless, they do have a lot of money.
Yeah, you're not getting out of that one in one piece body. Oh, what is this? MSL and Magus kills as well. That was down in connector. That was all over the place. North, all of their points of contact just came through in spades. They've crushed this round. G2 are now down to Shoxy and Smiths, 2 AWPs. And they don't even have the bomb. They have to go and get it.
Deploying flashbang. Flashbang.
I mean, technically they have the money to throw away these orbs and just try it. So they could, if maybe North are being as reckless as they were last round, you could hope that you could sneak in the next 45 seconds of kills and go for a bomb plant. It's not impossible, but you have to have North give you this round essentially, or give you the opening at least. That has to happen.
What do you have against G2 though, Anders? Why'd you have to curse them like that? You know, you're like, we got a game on our hands. They have a chance.
I know. I'm so sorry.
North were actually like, traitor, and just shut them all out. Shoxy, what are you gonna do, Shoxy? Bomb is dropped. 2 players there to camp it for North as well, and he's thinking with 20 seconds left, I'm going to save the op and hold on to it for the next round. He actually has money to rebuy the op glass cannon, but now this means he can drop an AK to a teammate, so, or even 2 Galils if he wanted to. So there are a few options here for G2 still.
Somebody give Shoxy a hug. He's going to need one, especially after he's getting trucked by Config.
Good night.
Yes, that's actually pretty good. 19
That's what Magus whispered in his ear.
Yeah, it probably was, wasn't it? My sweet prince.
Shh, it's all over. Shh. 13-8.
I still want to know where Scream is gone. Why is he not coming back? He's got 6 kills in 21 rounds.
This just gets better and better as well. MSL is ruthless with these timeouts. It's at timings where you know the G2 just want to go and keep going, right? Keep the pressure up. And MSL's like, actually, no. We're gonna slow things down a little bit here and have a chat. But this is, again, just to remind you, when you see technical timeouts, the players are not allowed to talk. This is the only time when the coach, Rugga, is able to communicate with MSL, communicate with the team, and give feedback on what he's seeing coming in from G2.
I think we should actually give some credit to North, because what we've seen from them the first 3 days, this is obviously day 4, but what we've seen from the first 3 days was just chaos and indecision and panic, and you know, they were looking like their body language was so off. They looked, you know, like they were frustrated. Now, I mean, probably also helped by the fact that they're winning, but they really seem to have mentally trying to pull themselves together for this game. And they had a good start, so that definitely helped out too. But I'm glad to see that North are at least trying to play the mental part of this game too, and really keep the team running.
And you know what worked last round, Anders? Aggro long, except that I'm not a big fan. Rubino's got to count as lucky stars there. Go and burn a candle or something, you know, like, thank you very much, because without a flash, you go peeking into the angle like that, you should die 100%.
That was also the most asinine one-on-one, wasn't it? And just they're both crab walking and tapping long distance.
Man, that's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. That should have been a man advantage for G2, 100%.
Oh, this is dangerous, Shoxy. He's looking to see if anyone is there, but you can see Config on the other side is watching for it. And Config probably knows he's been spotted, so he's going to smoke up the tunnel, thinking, yeah, maybe they can't come through, but the French, they're going to make their way in anyway. MSL goes down, Config with the 1 kill, goes for a second, and Shox is there just in time for the refrag. It's still a 2-on-3, but not bad timing. Grenade lands right in the back, and more grenades raining in. There's no bomb plant. Shoxy, it's been like this all game long. It's all on you now.
1 grenade. 2 grenades. And an AWP bullet. You're dead. Get out. 14-8. No bomb plant. It's going to be the full-on force buy coming in here from G2. Whatever they can put together. Config, I mean, it's true that, you know, sometimes he's under fire on the CT side, right? Because we don't really see that explosive element coming in from him. But that just made the round. The fact that MSL dies without getting any trades, atrocious. Config comes in, however, and gets 2 kills and literally just saves that for his team at that point.
Yeah, really, really good stuff, and I like the smoke as well. I mean, it's G2 ran through it, but it's still pretty good. It's good. It's a good thought because he knows he's been spotted, so there's a good chance that Shox will communicate. Oh, there's someone in the corner. You know, let's go for him.
Again, rinse and repeat.
Not quite what they were looking for. Magus gonna get shut down as well. Looking the wrong way. 3-on-3. And this one could well be for the game, especially if you're G2. They're not going to have money to buy next round either. Rubino getting trucked here in the in the restrooms, and MSL and Config are now left. Config is down on B though. If they try and rotate back and he stays there, that's a great position.
They're just so very low. That's my one concern. Oh, RPK was close enough to hear the door open. That changes everything. A split-second difference. If RPK is just a little bit further away, Config gets away with this, but instead, RPK is going to get the kill for free, and G2, they got a lifeline here. They're just barely going to be able to hang into this round. I highly doubt that MSL is going to be able to execute a 1v3 retake when he's on the other side of the map.
Yeah, shouldn't even try, should he? In fact, him saving this rifle is enough that, you know, everyone else can just buy for themselves. So it'd be quite important that he does. No reason to try and pull anything. They've got such a big round lead. RPK topping the scoreboard with 21, tied with Config at the moment. Both of them doing really well. In fact, they've overtaken Shox at this point.
Shoxy's kind of cooled off. But you're getting into that T side now for Shoxy, where he's really going to have to focus on the calls, the appropriate calls for his team. It has been a lot of B hits here so far for G2. A lot, but still a situation where he has to focus, he has to try and get into MSL's head and figure out, I mean, that's 3 rounds in a row where North have gone for a long push, right? That's some aggression for North. That's going to tilt G2. And excellent, MSL gets the kill. That's going to mean that one of the players has to force buy on G2. That's very good work from him.
Yeah, getting the most out of the round, I would say. Not really bad at all. And the rest of North can easily buy. They have quite a bit of banks to work with, so still now at 14-9 as the scoreline. I still can't get over the fact that they had that one Mac 10 round where they had the 3 Mac 10s and they just rushed into B. I feel like that's so painful.
I really wanted North to go for the long push again, but it looks like they're going to change it up. There's the flash, the timing, is it going to work? Smith is waiting for the long push. He's prepared with the AWP, so there is that. This time around, he does not want to get caught. And they're all waiting, in fact, for points of contact here. Body is doubling up on that angle with Smith, but this is a sick boost coming in from Magisk. I'm sad we couldn't see that from his perspective. I hope we get the repeat, the replay.
I'm sure that we will. Scream, man. He just doesn't see it coming, and how could he from his point of view? That's very hard to spot.
Are they thinking, Shoxy's just thinking, not again. Not again. Some boost that you don't know, obviously, on Overpassio, because just saying.
There are, I mean, I would say Overpass is still one of the most unexplored maps from very many different perspectives, so I wouldn't be surprised if people have come up with more things even. Magisk close in the corner. Are they going to try and flash him in? Grenade goes really wide, and now they're not going to check. Smith goes down. Next in line, Magisk with a double, and MSL will steal one of those, but this should pretty much be the round for North. It's just RPK, and even though he's been playing very well, it's a 1-on-4, and he does not have the body, so not really any chance at all. He's going to get taken out by MSL. 15-9, match point for North.
These are just the basics that are getting overlooked by G2. Which team doesn't check that corner when you come around the corner? When you're pushing long, when do you not actually turn right and clear that corner? And when there's 3 players there, it shouldn't just be Smith peeking alone. Where are Body? Where's the others to back him up? Magisk with a bit of a freebie there, and MSL there to save him as well. 15-9, match point, tournament on the line here, ladies and gentlemen. This is both of these teams right now. They have 2 losses to their names, 3 losses, and you go home. So North right now are battling for a chance to fight later on today and get into the playoffs.
Magisk gonna get 2 big kills then, taking down Smiths and Body. Shox coming in from behind and dropping Magisk. You're absolutely right. It's heartbreaking to imagine that they would have to go home again, G2, but that might very well happen. It's Scream now in a 1-on-4. I don't see any way out. 15 rounds for the Danish team, 1 more kill, and it's going to be 60. They'll move on here in the group stage. They're not through yet, and that's it. Config with the final kill, 16-9, as they knock G2 out of this major tournament. 22 kills on Config, 21 on Shox and RPK. They did so much work.